This killer learns a new language before every operation. This ensures that his disguise is perfect. Even his speech doesn't reveal any cracks. He compares his face with that of the person he's imitating, then trudged into the office building with feeble, aging steps. The security guard at the front desk greeted him as usual, so the killer responded easily with his newly learned German. But as he was about to leave, the guard asked him about his new backpack. He stopped dead in his tracks, for the question was more than he expected. Good thing the killer wasn't a bad actor. He immediately walked straight into the elevator. Immediately after that, he utilized his identity as a janitor, easily passed the face recognition. He quickly arrived at the top floor of the building. At this time, the target was reprimanding female employees. The killer gave a faint glance, then pushed the cleaning cart into the opposite office. After drawing the curtains again, he turned up the vacuum cleaner to maximum sound, then took out a pistol from his bag, skillfully loaded the silencer. Unexpectedly, before he could start the action, a female employee barged in. He was going to pretend nothing happened, pushing the cleaning cart to continue with the plan, but the security guard heard the commotion and came over. The killer could only simply go big. However, the target ran very fast. He went straight into the stairwell. The killer stood at the stairway, aiming at the target without panic. This seemingly crucial shot, killer but only hit the wall. When the man snapped out of his panic, the killer at the stairway had long since disappeared. A large number of police cars are gathering in the building. The killer calmly threw a few smoke bombs. Then he skillfully put on the rappelling rope. He jumped off the building with a flip. Then he completely disappeared in the smoke. After returning to the hotel, killer immediately removed the camouflage on his face, revealing his original handsome face. But he didn't let his guard down. The real assassination had just begun. The Jackal's target this time was not Elia. It was his father, the prime ministerial candidate. The next day, Ilya's assassination made headlines. Fred rushed to the hospital in a motorcade. He had no idea that today would be his last day, as the killer leisurely removed a piece of glass. Then he stuck a paper windmill in the crack to measure the current wind speed. Then he disassembled his suitcase and reassembled the parts inside and turned it into a sniper's rifle. The suitcase had 4 bullets for the sniping mission, but in the Jackal's plan, only the last one was reserved for Fred, because for a professional sniper, it's essential for a professional sniper. Despite the crowds outside the hospital, he slightly adjusted the angle of the muzzle. He tests it directly over the heads of the people. The target is 3,800 meters away. The bullet took 6 seconds to hit the wall. It's only deflected a dozen centimeters. The Jackal wasn't satisfied, so he immediately loaded a second round. He began to patiently and carefully adjust the trajectory. The second bullet landed precisely on the center of the target. Everything was ready. The Jackal turned his gun around and waited for the target. Fred's convoy had just arrived in front of the hospital. To ensure the safety of the candidates, the captain got out of the car and instructed the guards, make sure to let him enter the hospital within 10 seconds. Little did they know that their efforts were in vain.